bit, right a bit. That's it. Move your weight gently across like that. Mind the pylon. Mind the... Don't get any closer than that. Oh. Yeah. OK, my remote control parachute. Perfect lacks just one thing, as it turns out. Control. Back to the drawing board on that one. Well, go on, then. Back to the drawing board. I'm Richard Hammond. This is my Blast Lab. Invited 2 teams of young scientists into the lab to take part in scientific challenges. The successful team will win prizes. The unsuccessful team will also win prizes, but they'll have to blow them all up. Let's see what's in store. Being a top-secret underground lab and everything, normally it is guarded round the clock by a crack SAS team. Unfortunately, they all stayed up watching Finding Nemo last night and got scared by the sharks and were too scared to come in today. But don't worry, because I've replaced them with a woman who is scared of nothing, apart from getting toffees stuck in her false teeth. She is my Ninja Nan. Ninja Nan, thank you very much for standing in. Thank you. I know, she looks fragile, but she is a trained ninja. Nan, if you'd like to take your place in Nan! If you'd like to take your place in security, thank you very much. Great to have you here. And know we're all safe. We all feel much safer. There she goes. Look at her move. You can tell. Just that ninja gracefulness, honestly. She's so hard, she sprinkles drawing pins on her porridge in the morning. Ninja Nan, are you there yet? Oh, there she is. It's just great to know she's there looking after herself. I noticed she's wearing her slippers today. After a hard day's kicking, even a ninja's feet need a little rest. Right, she's settled in. OK, it's time to meet the people trying to get into my lab today. Let's have a look at you, please. Getting excited, and we don't know yet. We've got to make absolutely sure. Lots of people try and get into my Blast Lab, so there's some security checks before I let you in, team, OK? Identify yourselves by name, first of all. You are?
Tom, Leanne, Martin.
Tom, Leanne and Martin. Yeah, that checks out with what I've got on the form here. Under hidden talent. Martin, I've got your name. Martin. It says you're going to tell a very funny joke. If it's 6 out of 10, we'll let you in.
OK. Why did Cinderella never make the football team?
I don't know. Why didn't Cinderella make the football team?
Because the coach kept on turning into a pumpkin.
Whoa, I don't know. Is that 6? That's pushing it. Yeah, I reckon it probably is. You are cleared through security. Come on in, please. That was a bit borderline, Yellows, but fair enough. I believe you. You are the Yellow. I'm sorry, but we can't let just anybody in here. We have to be careful. It's security. Where have you all come from?
S6, and we're the Rolling Reactions.
You went to all the trouble of coming up with your own team name. Needn't have bothered. You're the Yellow team, and that's final. Let's meet the bunch of people who claim to be the team that you're going to be playing against, OK? Show yourselves. Listen, that's all well and good cheering and clapping. We don't know yet. They could be anybody. Identify yourselves by name, please.
Ryan, Jack, Jacob.
Ryan, Jack and Jacob, that's what it says on the form. It says all of you are going to demonstrate a hidden talent to prove you are who you say you are. What are you going to do?
Jiu-jitsu.
Bless you. Oh, hang on, is that a sort of fighting?
Yes.
Don't move a muscle or even think about it. Lab rats, you're going to have to make Ninja Nan safe, contain Ninja Nan. There you go. You see, she'll never cross that line. You'll be fine. OK, if you can demonstrate your sneeze fighting, we'll let you through.
1, 2, 3, yeah!
Well, we're not entirely quaking with fear in here, are we? But I think we'll believe you. That was whatever you called it. You are cleared through security. Come into the Blast Lab. OK, I'll believe you. You are the red team. Where have you all come from?
S6, and we're Team Fire Blast.
Another name of your own devising, which you didn't need. You're the red team. Red and yellow team, go and get settled in and ready, please, for round 1. Go and get ready. We'll be doing that next. And to help us out with that, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine who is, thankfully, better at handling science problems than he is at handling corners. It is Oliver. Now, when I fitted Oliver's state-of-the-art fact-nav system, I was very careful to follow the instruction manual to the letter. Unfortunately, it was all written in Greek, so it doesn't actually work all that well. Not all of the facts in it are correct. So I'm going to need our two teams to tell me which are true and which are false. When they've given us their view, Oliver will give us the truth. If it is true, he'll say this. And if it's false, he'll say this. OK, teams, this is your first chance to earn a point. Everybody OK? Right, Reg, you're going first. Here is your science fact. Listen carefully, tell me whether you think it's true or false. A bolt of lightning is powerful enough to toast 100,000 pieces of bread. Is that true or false? Have a chat, have a talk, have a think. Audience, do you think that's true or false? The audience then going for true. Reds, have you made your mind up?
Yeah.
I mean, you can listen to the audience or not. It's up to you. Jack, are you being spokesperson on this one? Is it true or false?
True.
You think it's true? Oliver, is it true or false? It's true! That's a point to the red team straight away. Point to the Reds. Indeed. That's an awful lot of toast, obviously, 100,000 slices. But then a typical lightning bolt isn't short on energy. It typically contains about 5 billion joules of energy. That's a lot. It means one typical strike could power a 1,000-watt, two-slice toaster for 84,000 minutes, which would be time enough to toast that much toast. If you were wanting to do that, you weren't. I'll ask the yellows their question. Yellows, this is your science fact, OK? Tell me whether this is true or false. Cumulonimbus clouds can be twice as high as Mount Everest. Have a chat, have a think, have a talk, work it out, you never know. Audience, what do we think? True or false? Nearly all of the audience going for false, but you can't always believe the audience. What do we reckon?
False.
False. Everybody in agreement on that? Yeah. That's your final answer. OK, Oliver, is it true or false? True, which means no point for you there. If you were wondering, yellows, if you were wondering, apparently cumulonimbus clouds can be approximately 6 miles across and 11 miles high. It's quite a lot of cloud. Right, let's have your third question. This is the one that is a real question. I don't want true or false, I want an actual answer to this. OK, teams? OK? That's why you have the boards in front of you to write your answers down. Here comes the question. How many years would it take to cross our galaxy at the speed of light? I'll give the point to the team that gets nearest the answer. You don't have to be bang on, but the team that gets nearest. How many years would it take to cross our galaxy at the speed of light? Audience, anybody got any theories on that one? Hang on, I'll come and ask you. Using this, you'll have noticed this. I can see you were impressed immediately. You see, it looks like a traffic cone, but using science here in the Blast Lab, I'm rehearsing for my advert for it, I've made a microcone because it's a microphone combined with a cone. You see, it's cunningly hidden in the end there. You're not impressed, are you? No. OK. What do you think is the answer? 80. 80 years. Anybody else got any theories how long it would take to cross our galaxy speed of light?
100.
100? OK. Anybody over here got a clue? Anybody vary differently from that answer?
50.
50? OK, teams, have you both written down your answer? Reds have agreed. Their answer's written down on their board. Yellows, we got one written down. OK. If everybody would like to turn round their boards and we'll have a look at what you've written. Let's have a look. Right. Reds, is that 101,000? That's 101,000 years. That's quite a precise answer. Where did the 1,000 come from? 101,000.
The galaxy's big.
It is a whacking great big thing. I agree. It is huge. OK, yellows, you've gone for 800 years. Quite a disparity between these two answers, 101,000 and 800. Well, the real answer is 100,000 years, which means very close indeed for the Reds. The point goes to the red team. In actual fact, our galaxy is called the Milky Way, and it's comprised of an estimated 200 to 400 billion stars. I've never actually counted them, but it is a great many stars. Right, that is the end of the first round. We're moving on, and we shall move into the second round with the scores at 2-0 to the Reds. But right now, it is mini-science. This, of course, is the round where our teams will be conducting their own scientific experiments using ordinary household objects instead of elaborate scientific equipment. And to help with this, my old science teacher from school, please welcome Mini Miss.
Richard.
Miss?
Yes?
You know that time machine I built?
Yes.
The one that brought you through time, but there were a few problems and I got it a bit wrong and you came back as a 10-year-old.
Yes, Richard.
Where is it?
I confiscated it. Until you learn to use it properly, you cannot have it back.
Yes, miss. Very sorry, miss. Anyway, what are we doing today?
Well, today the teams are going to be experimenting with friction and inertia using eggs. Each team will have 12 beakers with water in them, 12 tubes, 3 placemats and some eggs. They have to make the eggs travel from the top of the tubes into the water-filled beakers without breaking them. And they are only allowed to touch one object throughout the whole trick.
Miss, how are they going to do that?
I'll show you.
Wow! OK, so that's where I can see straight away the friction and inertia comes into this. There's friction there and inertia up here. That's very clever, miss. How many eggs are they going to get to do this?
Well, there are 12 eggs and all team members have to participate. The first team member to go has to use 3 eggs, the second team member must use 4, and the third team member must use 5. And the winning team is the one to get the most amount of eggs in their beakers without breaking them. OK, fair enough. So the winning team is the one to get the most eggs in the beakers and not all over the floor. In case you were thinking that these eggs, you know, aren't real ones, I'm sorry, this is Blast Lab, of course they are. I shall demonstrate. Can I have a lab rat, please? You. Could you demonstrate that this egg is real for me, please? No, come here. I need to show it's a real egg. Look. There, that's a real egg. OK, teams, you've got to decide who's... Well, go on, then. There'll be something for you to do somewhere else in the lab. Right. Teams, you have to decide who's going to do which number of eggs. So I'm going to give you a little bit of time to discuss that amongst yourselves. Friction is the force that slows things down, and rough surfaces have more friction than smooth ones. So the cork on this side of these mats has more friction than the shiny side. And it's friction that drags the towers away when you pull the mat away. The reason the egg doesn't just go with them is inertia. Basically, what that says is if something's heavy, it takes more effort to get it moving. It's something that Blast Lab hero Sir Isaac Newton dealt with in his first law. He said that if something's already moving, it doesn't really want to stop. And if something's already stopped, it doesn't really want to get moving. But he put it a bit better than that, but that's what he was getting at. So the trick here is to move the mat and the towers quickly enough so that the egg's inertia will keep it where it is, just for long enough for the towers and the mat to clear, and then gravity takes over and the egg drops into the water. That's the theory. OK, teams, have we decided who's doing 3? Reds, you are in the lead on points right now. It's 2-1 is the score, so you get to decide. Do you want to go first or second? First.
You want to go first. Who's doing 3? Who's going first? Jack, you are. Well, step up then. Get everything set up. In your own time, Jack. Go. All 3! Yellows. The gauntlet's been thrown down there after you 3. So, who's going to do 3 first of all? Martin. In your own time, Martin. Go for it. Yes! All 3 again. You can't argue with that. It's a draw right now, reds and yellows in this game. Reds, sorry. They did it perfectly as well. Now we're going for the big 4. Good Good luck, Jacob. All four! Look at that! Jacob, were you a gunslinger in a previous existence or something? Because he just wandered up here, did it and walked off. That was fantastic. Well done. Yellows now. Hardly watch. You've got to get all four to stay even. And you have! This is the big one. No pressure here, but 5. 5 is a big ask. Audience, yeah, I know. Audience here, I don't know if you've got spare clothes with you in the lab. If the egg lands on you, it's possible. No way, that's all 5 done! Ryan, you did the same. There's all of us getting all 10s and the Reds, yeah, well done. Well, that's all 12 safely landed for the red team. Yellows, obviously, you know what I'm going to say, which is they've done it all perfectly, and Tom, this is yours. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Oh, it's a disaster!
Mind you, how did you manage to get that egg to stay on the edge?
Round of applause, and it was a good effort. Red team are the winners from that round. That's another point to Reds. So that is 3 now to the Reds. You're under pressure there, Yellows. Seeing all of those eggs has made me a bit peckish. I wonder if friction that we saw used there could be used to cook me some breakfast.
A lab rat sets about preparing a balanced meal of meat and egg. But he's not only a terrible cook, he's also forgotten the main ingredient of heat: fire. As his tiny excuse for a brain tries to formulate a plan, a lone wagon appears in the distance. That's just what we needed. An expert.
Hello, I'm a fast food expert.
So the plan is, if we can't harness the power of naked flame, we'll have to find another way to heat our brekkie. Using a copper-bottom saucepan attached to the back of this fast food wagon, we're going to find out if you can cook a meal by friction alone. As the frying pan is dragged along, there will be friction between it and the rough ground. This means some of the frying pan's movement energy will be transferred into heat energy. This heat should then conduct through the pan to the food. But will this be enough to cook the breakfast? We're also attaching a thermometer to the pan to tell us when we've reached optimal cooking temperature. Hopefully this won't take too long, as a certain lab rat is more than a little peckish.
Hold it right there just for a second, because I think there's another point in this. Now, all right, with the scores as they are, 3-0 to the Reds. That was, we know you guys are going to get the head start for the messy, messy mess test, but think of it, Yellows, as a consolation point available for you. And I'll give that point to the team that tells me correctly, will it work, will it not? Will it create enough heat from the friction of dragging that saucepan behind the van to actually cook the lab rat's breakfast? Have a think, have a think, have a chat amongst yourselves, come to a conclusion. I'll give the point to the team that's closest. Have a talk. Audience, any theories, any ideas?
I think it won't work.
OK.
I do.
OK.
And I don't.
All right, we've got opposing... He does, and he quite clearly doesn't. So we have opposing views in the audience. Teams, you've had a little bit of time to think about it. Have you come to a conclusion?
Yeah.
Reds? Yeah. OK, Yellows, what do you think?
No. We say no.
You reckon no? OK.
Yes.
You reckon it will? Oh, well, that's convenient. If it does, you get the point. If it doesn't, Yellows get the point. Let's have a look and find out.
Travelling at speeds of up to 50 miles an hour, our fast food van is a greasy blur of cholesterol as he tries his best to heat the pan. Time's running out, and our lab rat is actually dribbling with anticipation. Well, I think that's what it was. Looks like breakfast is served. Quick temperature check. 60 degrees. Well, it's definitely heated up. But is our food cooked? Doesn't look very appetizing, I have to say. But eat up then, man. It appears that the food has failed to pass the taste test. And the health and safety test as well, I think. Oh well, maybe a bowl of cereal wouldn't be such a bad idea.
I don't think we can say that word, really, so the point goes to the yellow team. Well done, it just didn't... Yeah. 3-1 is the score right now. OK, teams, you've all got to go off and get ready for the Messy Messy Mess test, so away you go. If you go and get ready for that, and while you're doing that, I just want to check on something. Because my lab rats claim to have found a way to harness brain power and convert it into electricity. They say if it works, they'll be able to power the whole lab. I've suggested they start with something smaller because I've spotted a flaw in this right from the very start. Dim the lab lights, please. We'll switch off lab power and we'll go over to lab rat power. Right, switch on your system, please. Concentrate on the game of chess and we'll see if it works. Yep, as I suspected, not enough brain power to light a single bulb. It's pathetic. All right, pack it in. We'll deal with it later. Go and get your lunch. That's it. Keep thinking about food. Keep thinking about food. We'll move on to the Messy Messy Mess test. Which today is the Gungy Bungee, featuring my bungee-powered catapults. Right, here's the game. Teams, you have to get as many prize pods as you possibly can using the catapults across the tank full of unspeakably hideous gunge into the prize zone beyond. This being Blast Lab, there is, of course, a twist. You may have noticed one member of each team is already standing in the tank. Comfortable in there? Good. Oh, I don't really care. You're in there. I'm not. Now, the thing is, you have two jobs in there, OK? One job is to block the opposing team's prize pods as they come over the tank and try and stop them, getting them into the prize zone. The other job is to retrieve your own team's prize pods when they land in there and get stranded, put them in the basket here so that the loaders can get them back round to the firers and try again. Oh, one other really very important rule. Do not cross this tape. Because somehow a shoal of biting piranhas made their home at this end of the tank, and they really do bite. They do. Heck of an appetite. Somehow they made it through the metal grill I'd fitted in there, so don't go any further than that. Just watch out for them. They can nip. Right, the team that gets the most prize pods into the prize zone at the other side of the tank will win all the prizes on those prize pods. The losing team has to blow their prizes up. It's all simple enough. Reds, you're ahead on points right now. Those points have won you a 5-second advantage. So when you hear the first siren, you start firing. Yellows, you wait until you hear the second siren, then you start. Everybody clear on the rules? Everybody clear on their job? OK. Teams, you have some time to do this, and that some time starts now.
Away go the Reds. Teamwork is the key to this one. Now off go the Yellows. Reds, meanwhile, are already getting their eye in. And yes, the Reds already have one in the prize zone. Oh, and look at that. Martin was nearly taken out by one of his own prize pods. As we can see from the replay, that prize pod narrowly missed Marty's head. Meanwhile, the Reds are calmly going about their business. That business is scoring prizes in the prize zone as another goes in for the Reds. The teams will have to keep this pace up, as only my sometime invention knows how much time is left. But it only knows that sometimes. The Reds are getting extraordinary height on their shots, making life very difficult for the yellow blocker. It is raining red prize pods in there. Yellows are going to have to pull something pretty special out of the bag to win this one. And yes, that's one in the prize zone for the Yellows. Is this the start of a comeback? No, not with shooting like that. The Reds are powering on. They might run out of prize pods at this rate. I cannot see a way back for the Yellows now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time is up. Time is up. Well done, both teams, that is. Quite hard work, that. Right, let's find out which team has won. Lab Rat, if you'd count them up for me, please. For the yellow team, we have how many Lab Rat? We have 3. For the red team, then we have more. We have 9 for the red team. Reds are the winners. Reds are the winners. Well done, Reds. Let's have a look at what you won. Ready, Nan? Shaun the Sheep model kit. A super cricket set. A Boppet game. A marine helicopter. Electronic project set. A Hulk smash hands, a giggle wiggle, horrible science book, and Hot Wheels trick track. Well done, Reds, you've just about cleared me out. Just about cleared me out. Yellows, this is a slightly less enjoyable bit because this is where we find out what you would have won, but haven't. So it is the following: a horrible science book. Yeah. I know, it's Shaun the Sheep model kit. Yeah, nice. That would have been yours. It would have been yours. Super cricket kit. Yeah. That too would have been yours, Yellows. But instead of being yours, you're gonna blow it up because it's time for B-Day Goes Bad. Well, the time is upon us. The Reds are looking really quite happy. Well done behind your massive mountain of prizes. You just about cleaned us out in Blast Lab, so you're happy. Well done. Well played, well won. Yellows, not feeling so good, I guess, right now. How are we feeling? About like that. OK, fair enough. What went wrong in that last game? Why we struggled with it?
Well, I was smaller than the red person that was trying to hit them back.
Yes.
And the Reds weren't getting as many in the gun, so it was easier then to get in the gun.
It is a difficult game, that one. Right, so your prizes are all loaded in. Who's going to press the plunger?
Nice.
You're going to share the blame. I think that's probably the fairest way to do it. OK, well, if you'd like to lift the plunger up into the firing position, please, yellow team. And be ready. Don't plunge it yet. OK, we'll give you a countdown. Are we ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A lot about friction today, so now you should be able to tell your friction fact from your friction fiction. I'll see you next time.
Blast Lab was recorded before a live studio audience. No lab rat was harmed during the filming. Well, not by me, anyway. Isn't that right, Nan?
Whoa! Give Me a Break is my kind of holiday. Actually, any holiday is my kind of holiday. But on Give Me a Break, kids get to take control of a family holiday, making it a whole lot of fun. There's a new series coming up later in the year, so if you fancy whisking your family off on a holiday designed by you, get in touch. To apply, simply log onto our website, click on Be on a Show, then fill in the application form. Easy!
Adventure Rock needs you. Explore this forgotten world and start searching for clues. Unlock the island's mysteries and share your discoveries with fellow explorers on the message board. Download it now at bbc.co.uk/CBBC. Together, we will uncover the truth of Adventure Rock.
We are on a mission to find the world's next great superhero.